Hello, what's going on everyone? It's Rebuke here, and today we are going to be looking at the Hearthstone Battlegrounds Heroes Tier List. And I've been thinking about doing this for a while, but I think now's a good time to do it. So this is the most recent patch as of like right now when I upload this video, 17.4.1. So let's get started. What's the first hero? We have Deathwing. Okay, so Deathwing I would say is pretty okay. It's definitely not F. Is there F tier here? I don't think there's F tier. So it's D tier is the lowest one, and S tier is the highest one. Okay, so it's definitely not D tier. It's better than C tier, so I'm gonna put it in B tier because it's not particularly good with the extra damage since both players get it, but you can make it work in your favor by buying like Rat Pack, buying Cleave minions, that type of stuff. So it's okay. It's just mediocre. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Toki, oh, she is really powerful. It's either S or A for sure because rolling for a minion that's one tier higher is so strong. Like, I don't really like Toki that much, but I think she's definitely, I'll put her in A tier. She's really good. Ysera, so Ysera guarantees you a dragon build, guaranteed. So it's not D tier. Dragons are still pretty decent in the meta. We have Razor Gore, we have the tier 6 dragon, I can't remember the name, but that gives you a bunch of buffs, so it's not C tier. Is Ysera on par with Toki? I wouldn't say so. I think Ysera's a bit worse than Toki, so I'm also put that in B tier because it forces you to only go one build, and that's not always the best choice. Jaraxxus, oh man, Jaraxxus recently got a huge buff. Um, Jaraxxus' hero power now only costs 1 gold instead of 2. So that means forcing demons can be super strong. And so for that reason, I think it's the same as Ysera, right? Since these two both basically force you into a single build. And you know what? While I'm at it, I'm gonna put that in the same thing. Murlocs forces Murlocs, B tier. AFK, I don't think she does much. I don't like AFK. You take quite a bit of damage in the beginning because you're not allowed to play minions. And even after her hero power activates, which gives you 2 tier 3 minions, you're still stuck at tier 1, so she's pretty bad. I'm putting her C tier. She's not terrible, I guess, but she's pretty bad. Shutterwalk. Oh, this is one of my favorite heroes. Okay, not D, not C. I'm gonna put her in A or S. Shutterwalk is insane. You can do Pogo Hopper, you can do Murlocs, you can do Dragons, you can basically do anything you want with Shutterwalk. It's so versatile since its hero power only costs 1 gold, which is insane, and then it allows you to activate your hero power twice. And basically it's like a pocket brand, so I think that's just insane. I think it's S. I'm putting an S tier. It's insane. It's just a brand that's with you the entire game. You don't have to buy it. It doesn't take up a minion slot, and it only costs 1 gold. That's insane. That's actually insane. Okay, next one, this Lich person. I don't even know what her name is because I've never played her. She's so bad. You take, I don't remember. I think you take like 2 damage to get 1 gold or something. I mean, I've seen people play it. They try to scale, but all the time they just die in the end because they took way too much damage trying to stack up all that gold. And there's another hero that does exactly the same thing. This hero who just stacks up gold as the turns come on, but it's a one-use thing. Like this pirate, it's so bad. Why would you buy something that only activates once? Like this AFK and this pirate. I don't know the pirate dude's name, but he's bad. Bad for sure. Next up, we have Galakrond. I do sometimes play Galakrond, but he's not particularly good. I think he's on par with AFK because it's a random minion. Like you're just tapping into RNG, hoping you get something good, and usually it doesn't work out. So I prefer to have things that are concrete, which is why I like Shutterwalk because you can buy minions that fit into your hero power and just you can take advantage of that. So Galakrond, I'm putting in C tier. Pretty bad, but not terrible. Okay, Captain Eudora. Oh my gosh, I have a bad experience with this hero. Basically, what it does is that over a few turns, you dig for a minion, which costs 1 gold. So in the end, it costs 4 gold to get a golden minion. But the thing is, the golden minion is random, meaning you could get a golden pogo hopper, which is really awkward. And I think there's more minions that suck than that are good. So yeah, I don't like Eudora, so I'm gonna I think it's a him in C tier, along with AFK and Galakrond. Next up, Patches. Patches is basically the same thing as Ysera, Jaraxxus, and the Murloc dude. So forces you to go pirates. B tier. George. His hero power costs way too much. It costs 3 gold to give something Divine Shield. I mean, it's good late game, but surviving in the early game is really hard for George, so for that reason, I'm putting him in C tier. Okay, next up, Maiev. Okay, I don't think Maiev is as bad as everyone says. Like, sure, you pay a gold to make something dormant, and that's kind of a waste. But, I mean, you can just go for triples, right? You can go for triples, you can just, and it doesn't take up an extra minion slot anymore. So that means you could just look for minions which you don't want to buy yet, but you just want them in the future. So like, let's say you have a spawn, right? You have 1 spawn, and you see another spawn in the shop. You can just spend 1 gold to keep it in the shop, but you don't have to freeze. So you can save that for later and get a triple. So that's not too bad. B tier for sure. What do we have here? Malygos, right? Malygos, kind of same deal as Galakrond. He's just rolling a random minion. He's a bit better, I think, than Galakrond. No, but I don't think he matches the B tier heroes. So putting him in C tier does the same thing as Galakrond basically, but for 0 gold and replacing for the same tier. Oh my gosh, Hook Tusk, right? Captain Hook Tusk. The hero power costs 0, so that's a meter. Like that's basically here already. And then you replace one of your minions for one that is a tier lower. But the thing is, you can get really, really strong builds in the early game. For example, if you get a Murloc, the guy who spawns a 1/1, 2/1 that spawns a 1/1, you can basically have 2 really good tier 1 minions. So it's kind of like rolling for free. I'm gonna put her in A tier. Yeah, it's rolling for free, which brings me into next one, this one, Norzdamu. Yep, rolling for free. It's so good. You're basically rolling, like, everybody rolls sometimes, right? In Battlegrounds, everybody rolls. So if that roll costs 0 gold, that's insane. That's so good. I might even put him S tier. Like, I'll think about it later. Norzdamu might be S tier. Bartender, oh, you always level up, right? So not D tier. But besides making the tavern tiers cost a little bit less, Bartender has no extra abilities, so I guess it's not like the worst pick, but if you can find something better, don't pick Bartendertron. The secret guy, oh my gosh, this guy's all RNG, just like AFK, just like Eudora. I don't like RNG. You're paying gold for something you don't know what you're gonna get, which is, and then you have to click it again to get a secret, and the secrets aren't even that great. So, not a great hero. If the secret costs a bit less, then maybe he can go up, but for now, he's in C tier. Millhouse, oh, I absolutely love Millhouse. Minions cost 2 gold. Tavern tiers cost a bit more, and rerolls cost 2 gold, but essentially you're getting a really good deal because all of the tokens, they're basically free because you buy for 2, and then you can sell for 2. And then there's also that pirate that gives you 3 gold, so that gives you a gold advantage. And I think that's just too insane to ignore. Millhouse, you just buy everything you see, and almost all the time you're gonna get a strong build. You can go with the Sorelisk, you can go with the crowd favorite. Just buying things that buff your minions, and that's just insane. So Millhouse is A tier. This is the Menagerie dude, right? Yeah, recently he's gotten a lot worse. I would used to put him in B tier, but I think he's C tier now because Menagerie got a huge nerf with the pirate update. Yeah, I just don't think a 1/1 Menagerie is that great anymore because of these overwhelmingly powerful decks like the pirate build, the beast parrot build, the murlocs, the dragons. There's just too much going on, and he just can't keep up with all of that. All right, next one is Rat King. Rat King sucks. It's even worse than RNG because it's so rare to get what you want. I mean, getting a buff happens every once in a while, but you have to be so lucky. I mean, like if you're going Murlocs, what is it, a 1 in 6 chance that you get the buff? It's not even guaranteed. It's like a random buff that's not even that good. So for that reason, D tier, terrible, terrible hero. Cool. Okay, Nefarian. I never played Nefarian. You're paying gold just to do a damage to everyone. I mean that's very specific. I'm gonna say that's so specific. You know what? You know it's the D tier. Like it only works if everyone has Divine Shield, and currently the builds I know that have Divine Shield are just Murlocs. So basically you're just playing against Murlocs. But if people have any other build besides Murlocs, your hero power's useless. Alright, next up we have, oh, this guy. It's the Archaeologist. He did get a buff. His hero power now costs 2, which is pretty good. He works really well with these with minions that have good goldens, such as Brand Bronzebeard. We have the Death Rattle guy. Don't remember his name right now. There's a lot of things you can golden, and that would be pretty good. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him B tier because you can only use your hero power once throughout the game, and you have to choose it very, very carefully, and not die before you use your hero power because that means that means you just lose. So yeah, very, very specific, but can be really good. Reform S tier. Okay, Reform's S tier. You're paying 1 gold for a guaranteed minion. That's basically what it means. 1 gold for a guaranteed minion. If that minion has a buff of any kind, like a battle cry or it spawns a token, that's just additional gold. That's just free gold. It's like free money. Basically free money, free money. So these S tier heroes just give you free money. Alright, next up, Illidan. He's definitely gotten better with the pirates, with the parrot being added into the game, because you can force the parrot to attack, meaning that you can pull off some insane combos with your beast. I mean, in this meta, he's really good, I would say. Yeah, I'm gonna put him A tier. Illidan's strong, just cleave, parrots. I think especially the parrots is what makes him A tier. He used to be B tier in my opinion, but now with the parrots being added into the game, he's gone up a rank. Okay, Alexstrasza. I I absolutely hate Alexstrasza. It's kind of like AFK, but only with dragons. So you're forced into one build, and your hero power isn't even that good. Just discover a couple measly dragons. And that's all he does the entire game, nothing else. You can't even use your hero power again, so D tier. Oh, this Vishwari person, oh my gosh. So when you level up, your minions change to a tier higher. That is so situational. I mean, what if you want the minion there? Like as you level. What if you want to level and then buy a minion? This just disrupts the entire process. You can't even level and then buy the minion you want because all the minions just suddenly transform into something different. Yeah, she's definitely C tier, not good, but definitely better than these D tier heroes. Lich King, once again, these type of heroes, you just give it one turn and it's gone. I would say D tier. He's not good. Giving something reborn for a turn, uh, I guess it could be kind of good, but it only lasts one turn, and it's kind of like Putricide, I guess, in a way. But Putricide got removed, so yeah, Lich King's not good. That's all I have to say. Patrick terrible. Doesn't do it. He has no hero power. Basically, that's what it is. No hero power except some extra health so you can die a little bit later. So bad. Edwin S tier. Edwin's S tier for sure. Gosh darn, how can I say this? Like, every time you buy a minion, it basically gives you +1/+1. It's like a better Daryl. That's what I would say. It's like a better Daryl. And Daryl's already good. But Edwin, you're guaranteed to buff the minion that you want. It's not random at all. And you can control exactly how much power you want to give your minions. And that's by buying a certain amount of minions from the shop. So that hero power is insane. Definitely S tier. Okay, next, Syndragosa. Now this is a hero which people, I think, are underrated. Because normally you freeze your minions a lot, right? Throughout the game, and every time you freeze it, you get +1/+1. So let's say you have a Hydra, a 2/4 Hydra. You just freeze it for the next turn, and it becomes a 3/5. And that's not bad. But I wouldn't say it's great. Yeah, I think it's with all these other ones as well. So C tier. Yeah, it's only a +1/+1. But at least it does something, unlike unlike these heroes. Elise does absolutely nothing. I don't know why anybody would pick Elise. You pay more gold for more minions, which you can just buy in the shop, which doesn't really make sense. Yeah, just buy the minions from the shop. Why you have to discover one? There's probably more options in the shop than you can even discover. So don't pick Elise. She's so bad. Okay, next up, Daryl. Daryl's good. Daryl's one of my favorite heroes, along with Edwin, because I just love buffing minions. You can just buy everything, dance on the minions. You can see my video on it. I posted one about Daryl, but he's definitely amazing. I would say he's A tier. He's a little bit worse than Edwin because of the randomness, but you can make the randomness go your way by buying everything else, but that still costs gold, so I'll put him in A tier. Next up, this basically forces you to go a build, but mechs are pretty bad right now. No, he's not good. She's not good. She is not good at all. Yeah, mechs aren't strong right now. I kind of want to move someone up right now because there's a lot in C. So I would say this one. Yeah, I'll move you up because it still costs 0 gold, and that's always good. Togwaggle, I hate Togwaggle. I hate Togwaggle so much. Like, even if all your minions have attack, I mean, like, they still die even to like the smallest thing. Like, if a Soul Juggler hits it, or if an Arcane Cannon hits it, which is the number one way I die with Togwaggle, and her buff for +2 attack isn't that great. I mean, it still costs gold. I only buffs one minion if you're going like a certain build, like Murlocs, Beasts, Dragons, etc. Yeah, well, Togwaggle's Just a little bit of attack, it's not that good. Finley, oh my gosh, I love Finley so much. Because it's basically a reroll for minions. Oh my gosh. I love Finley. I don't know if it's just me or when I pick Finley, I usually get some of these heroes. I almost all the time you get these heroes, which is insane. It's just basically a reroll if you choose it, that means you already seen some of these heroes, so you can reroll for a better option, and that's always good. This guy, the sun dude, who gets +2/+2 every third minion, that's not bad. I mean, it's passive. Passive stuff is always good. Well, I mean, unless you're playing Max. Yeah, I would put him in B tier because, like before, it's good if you have like a Rat Pack you want to buff or some Divine Shield minion you want to buff. But otherwise, his hero power is so and so. It works. It definitely works, but it's not powerful. That's the problem. All right, next up, we have Yogg. Yogg is super RNG based. That's all I have to say. If you like RNG, you might like Yogg, but personally, RNG doesn't go well. He's either in B tier or C tier for me. Oh, is he better than these other heroes? 2 mana by minion. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. So I think Yogg is kind of like a worse mana house. So since I put mana house in A, I'll put Yogg in B tier. Since it's still 2 mana for a minion, but it's random, so that's a bit worse. Okay, next up, Pyramid. Oh my gosh, Pyramid. My highest win rate games is with Pyramid. Health is so important in builds like Murlocs, which is one of my favorite builds. So Pyramid basically allows you to not die. Almost always guarantees a top 4 placement. And I think that's just insane. That's just insane. You know what? I'm moving Toki up too. That's Pyramid is insane. +4 health for 1 mana. It's cheap and it does something. That's insane. Cheap and does something. Okay, Ariana Starseeker. She's not that great. From my experience, you roll a couple times, you get 7 minions, you get more to choose from, but by the time you get 7 rolls, people have their builds already and you don't really have much to choose from. So because of those reasons, I think Ariana is C tier. Playable, but not advised. Alright, so that's my tier list. You can take a look at it if you want. If you have any disagreements, just put in the comments. I'll probably address them. But thanks for watching, everyone, and that's my tier list. And I'll see you in the next video.